You know what? I made a problem. I made a big problem. I have to tell you this. Okay, so just to let you know, the reason why my lips are like this is because I was drinking some Kool-Aid. I ran out already, but it looks like I was making out with a hot chick. But forget about my red lips. I just have to say I made a big mistake. Okay, so I've been playing Fire Emblem Awakening. This is my first time getting into this game. I knew about the Fire Emblem series for years, just I never played it. Um, yeah. So the closest thing I could get to this for y'all people who don't know what Fire Emblem is, it's a tactical RPG, right? Right? Yeah, it's a tactical JRPG. So the only experience I have with these are basically the Final Fantasy Tactics games and other round games, but it's basically like a chessboard game. You just have to. I can't explain it. Just look it up. You're not lazy. Just look up the dang game. But yes, so I've been playing Fire Emblem. Um, I really like it. I really enjoy it. The one thing I really love about it is I love grinding. I don't know why. Because before I was playing Fire Emblem, I was playing Horizon Zero Dawn. And it's fun. I enjoyed the game. I put like 30 hours into it and I'm having so much fun. And then I don't know, I just felt like I want to play something else. Even though I'm almost at the end of the game, I think. I'm not sure, but that's not the point. I'm talking about Fire Emblem right now. So, yeah, I decided to get onto Fire Emblem because I guess because I wanted to play on the 3DS too. So, I was playing on 3DS. Now, my big problem is Fire Emblem has a lot of characters, okay? You have Chrom, you have Robin, you have Lissa, you have Vike and Sully and all them, and a lot of characters. The thing is, I'm only on chapter 6, and I have like 12 characters in my 14 characters now in my group, and I make the biggest mistake ever. One is by chapter 3 or 4, you get to a town shop that lets you buy an item box, which lets you fight enemies. Like it brings enemies to your area, so you can actual level grind right there. Using this box item, and it's simple because it costs you 500 gold, 5,000 gold. I don't know. It costed 500 gold, and freaking just doing one battle, you get some items that you can sell, but also you get like a small 1,000 piece of gold, for if you could find it. So yeah, so you can level grind if you decide to get that and stuff, and that's what I've been doing for 10 hours. And I went to chapter 6. I'm like on chapter 7 right now, I think, but 10 hours I put into this game, and I'm only on chapter 7. Why? Because I level grind the shit out of characters. Chrom, okay, my character Robin, which I renamed him Van because Van is my nickname in video games. That or Vash. It's one of those two, Van or Vash. Bon, Van, Vash. It doesn't matter. But yeah, the worst part about this, before I start rambling again, is there's something new. I experienced something new with this game. Besides level grinding, which I enjoyed, it's like, it's like stress relief for me because you're just right there making your character strong. I wish real life was like that. I wish I could go and maybe walk down the freaking block and get stamina up 2 points. But no, I can't do that. I have to freaking diet and exercise for like weeks to lose a pound. Life sucks. But back to the real world business here. Look, this game introduced relationships, marriages, and I fudged up already. So, it's my fault for not knowing the situation about the whole relationship thing that happens with the characters. I did not know what happens in the future of this game because I'm only on chapter 6, 7, I'm not sure. My mistake was I level grind. Why did I level grind? because I enjoy it. The thing that messed me up is the marriages, because there's two. I only made one marriage happen, and that was between two characters. Not even the main characters. They're just side characters. But I feel like I messed up one of the characters. So there's a character that you get on the second chapter. Her name's Soli, and she's a cavalier. Cavalier. She's a horse knight, basically, and she's a strong, independent woman soldier who doesn't take stuff from anything. And I like that about her. You know, she's a fiery redhead, and I love her. She's a waifu for all the people out there. Not my waifu, but she's like number 2 for me. But regardless, I'm not getting into that right now. I have to just say, she's a great lass. But I made the mistake because, for one, I did not realize until after I made this mistake was I married her to someone, to a character. I did not realize that that shit is permanent. And I did not realize it has effects later in the game. Because my dumb self, I decided to go ahead and look up how does marriage relationships work. Because you have all these characters. You have like a couple male, you got a few male characters and a few female characters, and if you don't know how the relationship stuff works, is if you pair them up in battle, it'll build the relationship up, the friendship, and there's like levels for each friendship. You start at D, which is the last, like the lowest one. You got D, C, B, A, and then sorry. And for the opposite sex, so if you're male or female, like say you're trying to build a relationship between a male and a female, they have S rank as their best one. And the S rank will trigger the marriage. So you have that for each opposite sex deal. So there's that. Now, I decided to go ahead and marry this girl with someone else because they joined together. You know, they became, you know, they came into the game together. So I thought, oh, I'll just do that. But I did not realize. Because the situation is, I married Soli and, oh my god, I forgot his name. Varian? I don't know. He's a blue-haired archer. But he's introduced himself at the same time as her. And he's like, what's the word? He's in love with her, basically. He's fluctuated with her. Is that the right word? Or is that something nasty? I'm not fluctuated. He's I don't know the word, but he's so into her that he'll stalk her. So that's what's going on. And I was thinking, okay, so because they have a little bit of a story thing together, like, you know, they got story dialogue of being like, you know, Varian, I don't even know if that's his right name, but he's being a creeper to her, and it's in the story. So I was thinking, okay, so it's a weird relationship, but it builds up into something big, something like marriage. So without thinking, I'm using my characters. I built, like, you know, at the same time I'm leveling them up, and I'm also doing the whole relationship thing. And eventually, I build them up so good, like, you know, like, I like Varian because he's a good archer. You know, archers are pretty good before you get mages and stuff, but he's real strong. And Soli, she's strong too. And I was like, okay, I made them real strong. Now, should I go ahead and marry them? Why not? Because they were introduced together, so we'll see what happens. So I ended up making their relationship happen. And it's pretty cool because for each, when you pass each grade level, D, B, C, A, you know, like that, it shows like interaction, like dialogue. And it's pretty cool because, you know, it starts as, oh, you're a creep. Oh, you're weird. Oh, you're starting to be cool. Oh my god, I'm in love with you. So it happens like that. Now, let me correct y'all for a second. Let me get real. This is supposed to span a long time because at the same time, you're like, imagine you're playing the game normally. Like, you know, you're on chapter 1, chapter 2, and, you know, you level up like a few times there. The way this works, a lot of time it's supposed to pass. But literally, because I'm on like, this happened on chapter 3. It wasn't even the end of the first day. So it's kind of funny because their dialogue's going through, making it seem like they they've been friends for like months, years, probably months, basically. You know, a lot of time has passed. And it's kind of funny, even though it's just been a day because I'm level grinding and stuff in real time, in their real time, it's just been one day, probably a few hours. It's another fun thing because how my character, or the avatar, like my character, is introduced to the characters in the game because one crazy thing is my character is not even the focal point of the game, which is pretty crazy. I never really experienced that in any games because usually your character is the main character, but no, I'm just a support character, which is funny and cool. But because these two just met on chapter 1, if you build the relationships between the two main characters, like the main character and your avatar character, it makes it sound like they've been, like, their dialogue saying we've been together fighting this war for so long that, you know, it's pretty funny because it's in reality it's only been, like, you know, from the time, like, going through the chapter, it's only been a day. So it kind of breaks the, like, you know, breaks the seeing it in that time, like, in that way, but it doesn't matter. It's just the problem is I'm explaining other stuff where I'm supposed to talk about Soli and Varian. They got married. I can't divorce them, and I'm mad because I looked up how marriages works, and when I looked it up, I got spoiled about what happens because spoiler alert. I mean, in mid game, like chapter 11 or something, there's a mother freaking time skip, and the people you married will have kids. And after the time skip happens, those kids will be adults and they fight with you in battle. Which is crazy. It's insane. And I was like, wow. But I looked up my characters, Soli and Varian. They're not supposed to be together. Like, for one, I wish I would have knew, but Varian's character, I never really paid attention, but he's a womanizer. He goes to around womanizing people, getting with girls. He's basically a player. And I just messed up because I just ruined Soli's character as a strong, independent woman, and then she falls for a player. I feel so disgusted. And I don't even know how their character's gonna look out. And now I'm at a point to where I'm 10 hours into this game, meaning I'm not 10 hours into the game. I'm probably like 30 minutes, an hour tops into the game. The reason why it's so long is because I level grind it. So the thing is, should I start over and just do it all again? And just make sure that I don't relationship Soli and Varian? Or should I just continue how it is? That's the dilemma. What should I do? Should I continue on or just erase it all? That's like, at least you know what happens between now and chapter 6. Now you just have to level up your characters again. Should I do that? I'm not sure. Is it a big deal? Maybe? I don't know, because that really messes a lot of stuff up for me. I mean, not really, because they're side characters, but if I'm going to use their child in the later... And another thing, Varian's he disappears like later in the game, and you don't know what happens to him, so it feels like I made a bad choice. So, I don't know. Should I start over? That's the thing. Regardless, Fire Emblem's a cool game. And I'm glad I got to it. Out of a whim, too. Because I collected the games. I am going to play them eventually. But I decided, you know, I'll try it now. Because Fire Emblem Awakening. I have Fates. I have that. I have all of them right now, I think. Except for the ones that was on the Game Boy. But yeah, so... Regardless, I made this promo. At least I know in the future that this stuff is real. Now the thing is, should I start over? It's freaking leaking. God damn it. Oh, regardless, should I start over? That's the thing. I'm gonna start over. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I guess I answered my own question. And yeah. Huh. Regardless, I enjoy Fire Emblem Awakening. If you haven't tried it out, check it out. It's on Nintendo eShop, I think. Yes, it is. It's on Nintendo eShop. If not, you could try to find a physical copy. I found a physical copy a couple of weeks ago. Honestly, I'm really psyched because this is a hard game to get, and it's expensive. I managed to get it for like $20, $25, even though it retails for like 40 or 50. This is an expensive game, and I don't know, but yeah, awesome game. Look at that. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna keep it like it is. I'm not sure. The reason why I'm changing my mind is because Varion's on the cover. He's right there. That's Varion. I don't even know if I'm even saying his name right, but he's right there. I don't see Soli though, sadly. I might have made a mistake with Soli and Varion being together, but I'm not gonna make the same mistake with my other people. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I hope y'all get into Fire Emblem. So let's check it out. It's actually a pretty cool game. But yeah, so we'll figure out what happens next. Ugh.